Hey guys, TheTechOtaku here. Welcome back to another video on the channel. So today is gonna be a pretty big video. Today we're gonna be upgrading the i5 custom built PC that I built back in May 31st of 2022. In case you missed the i5 PC build, you can check it out on the i icon on the top right. So I decided to name this PC the Big Speaker because of the case design, and I don't know why one of my friends decided to call this case a speaker. So yeah, I already done the upgrades on this thing before this intro was recorded, and the only last component I have to install is gonna be a GPU. So there's the new GPU. So yeah, anyway, it's time for me to rewind to the past and see what I've done to this PC. And now let's begin the upgrade. So in case you guys remember, I already took out the power supply because I found that taking out the power supply and undoing the cable management is boring. But yeah, I already take it off camera, and this is the ESAC 450 watt power supply that was pulled out from the LGA 775 build that was already broken. Out goes the sketchy power supply. In with the new. So this, my friends, is the Cooler Master MWE Bronze V2 power supply, and this is a 550 watt variant, and I did not get a 650 watt version because I found that it's kinda overkill. Wait, hang on a second. In case y'all might be wondering, why did I have to do this when my ESAC power supply is working fine? That is because cheaping out on power supply is a terrible idea, and this is one of the reasons why you shouldn't cheap out on power supply, since a lot of beginner PC builders tend to miss this step. If your cheaper power supply fails, your components will die too. Or worse, your house is gonna catch on fire. I'm dead serious. One of these steps will make me do a lot of sleuthing before considering a good power supply, so yeah. It's a really tricky step, but if you wanna play safe, go onto Google and then find reviews before considering a trusted branded power supply that has 80+ gold certification and above. Looking at the box, it's pretty beaten up, but hopefully the power supply is fine. Yeah, I was originally going to grab a Thermaltake power supply, which is also 80+ bronze certification, but I cancelled the order since my friend decided to recommend the MWE series of power supply because they're actually good. But I did a more sleuthing on power supplies, but it's tough to find a good power supply that is at least reliable for this PC. I think this power supply should do the trick just fine, so yeah. Let me go ahead and unbox the power supply on video and install it on this i5 PC. Oh god, this is so heavy. Oh my god, look at the dent. What? This is a pretty heavy box. Alright. Time to open the box, and there's the user guide and the power supply itself. And of course it does come with the power cable, which I totally need to use it. This PSU is not modular. So there it is, the MWE Bronze V2, 550 watt, 80+ bronze, and yeah. If I compare this with the ESAC power supply that I used to use on my i5 PC, it's kinda close, but yeah. And the cool thing about this power supply is that it does have all black cables. I do really like that. And also inside the box you get a power supply screws, which I'm not gonna use. I'm probably gonna keep it for a spare if I would want to, but it's nice to have spare. So I'm gonna go ahead and install it on my i5 PC right about now. Alright, seriously, this is gonna be a tight fit. Oh yeah! Get in there! And now time to screw this thing in. Power supply has been installed, and now I'm gonna cable this thing off camera and I'll be back. Alright, fast forward to a couple of minutes and it was a complete pain in the ass. So before I do some good cable management, I decided to give the power supply a test. So yeah, new power supply is in, and now let's hope nothing blows up. So let's go. Alright, nothing exploded yet. It lives! It's actually much quieter than on the ESAC power supply. And yes, don't mind about the mess here. Oh shoot, I think I incorrectly plugged in the LED, so while I was redoing the cable management, so be right back.
One eternity later.
Check out that absolute nightmare of a cable management. Holy cow. Alrighty, after the cable management, the power supply has been installed. Looking pretty nice, but the cable management is an absolute pain in the ass to cable manage because this case is not meant to do some cable management. It's so cheap, it doesn't even have a good cable management whatsoever. Like seriously, get a better case. So now I'm gonna go ahead and close the side panel and give it a last test before I do anything further. And yeah. Alright, so the PSU upgrade is done. So I'm gonna show you guys one more time to show off the new power supply that I have been installed. Pretty nice power supply, and the fans are much quieter than on the ESAC 450 watt power supply, which is because it's about 100 watt upgrade, but at least I got a better power supply than the sketchy ESAC one from 2008. So yeah, next thing to upgrade is the video card, the USB card, because the onboard USB is junk. So see you guys in another footage.
Day 2.
Okay, fast forward to next day. The USB 3.0 card has arrived. And I know a lot of people gonna say,
but this motherboard has onboard USB 3, you should have used it. It's unnecessary to have a USB 3.0 card.
Alright, hear me out. The onboard USB 3.0 is completely kaput on this board. So I did not know that until I installed the driver, and I went through the driver hell and all that, and nothing seems to work. So the final result is to buy a USB 3.0 card, and this is the Orico USB 3.0 5GB card, and it does have a Molex power and a USB 3.0 front panel one, because this case does have a front panel USB 3. Yep, right there. It does have a front panel USB 3 for the onboard one. So let's go ahead and unbox this card itself. It's wrapped in an anti-static bag here, which is good. It does give you 2 screws, which is awesome. Again, I don't need them. And we do have a SATA power to Molex adapter. Nice. And there's a paperwork here. Yep. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and unwrap this card and install it. Alrighty. It's time to install the card. So I'm gonna go ahead and unwrap the anti-static bag here. Ooh, baby. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and plug in the USB 3.0 front panel first. Of course, a Molex power because I need that. Alright, hang on. Let me go ahead and unscrew this thing if I can find a screwdriver.
12 seconds later.
You know what?
Damn,
It's big gun time. And then all I had to do is to snap this into these X1 slots. Easy as pie. So I'm gonna manage the cables first. I'm probably gonna cable manage, so I'll be right back. Alrighty, the card is in. And I did a little bit of cable management maneuver thingamabob here. Oh god. What a mess.
What?
Hopefully the USB 3.0 card will work. So let's give it a test. Alright, so the PC is on and working, but here comes the moment of truth. Does the USB card work? Let's find out. Hey! And as you can see, my old SSD in the enclosure actually detects on the USB card. One cool thing is that it automatically installs via USB 3.0 controller. So I'm probably gonna install a proper one because Microsoft one kinda sucks, but it is what it is. We have an onboard USB 3, so let's try enable it, and it still doesn't work. So yeah, that means it's bored. So yeah, I guess the USB 3.0 upgrade is a success. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and safely eject. Okay, I'm gonna alt F4. You just score here because I don't have internet. I'm probably gonna get a Wi-Fi card. No, USB adapter because I don't have any space for upgradability anymore. Upgrade success. Wow, enclosure. Also, I forgot to mention, I did install 2 120mm white ring fans. Yay, white ring fan! So yeah, it looks really cool and it makes it look like a speaker that actually is. No, it doesn't look like it, but it's hilarious when one of my friends thought that it was a speaker with the white LEDs. So funny. It may be because of the case design, I don't even know. But then again, what was that noise? Anyway, with the intake fan installed, I'm probably gonna install the rear fan soon. And yeah, staring at the front of the case is pretty cool. With the white ring fan. It's so dunk.
Day 3.
Alright, fast forward to the next 2 days. It's RAM upgrade time. So this is the HyperX Fury. It's an 8 gig stick of RAM because I need to upgrade this thing to 12 gigs. But I think 4 gigs of RAM is not enough in 2022, if you know what I mean. But yeah. So let me go ahead and unbox this stick of RAM. Oh crud, I should have cut on the other side. Ah! Ain't she a beauty? Alright, anyway, it's time to go ahead and install it. But first things first, I'm gonna move the 4 gig stick onto the second slot. There we go. Now I'm gonna make sure the notch is aligned. Okay, it's in. Now it's time to give it a test. Alright, time to boot it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch the monitor input to HDMI 2. So let's go and boot it up. Let's see if it works. Oh! Ah, there we go. CPU memory change. There it is, 12 gigs of RAM. I might go ahead and run memtest86 to see if it's stable. There she is, 12 gigs of RAM.
2,000 years later.
Okay, so I did run memtest86 and it took me about almost 44 minutes to complete the test, and probably because it has 12 gigs of RAM now, but there you go. It passed memtest, so let's go ahead and boot it up. I'm glad this passed with flying colors, so yeah, I wonder how long my computer would ever crash, but I don't think it's gonna crash, but as long as memtest did pass, so yeah, memory upgrade success. Alright, we're now into the future, and let's go ahead and unbox the GPU. Alright, let's get straight to the unboxing. Some nice bubble wrap here. Oh my god, it's all wrapped off. Let me go ahead and violently unwrap the bubble wrap. Ugh. So yeah, this, my friends, is the AMD Radeon RX 460. As you can tell by the model number, this is a Sapphire version of it, and actually doesn't look too bad, and it doesn't have any auxiliary extended power to it. Oh god, it looks pretty filthy, but I'm probably gonna test it out, see if it works. Shut up, phone. Wait, pause for a moment. After testing the RX 460 that I got here, I have to give it a real good clean, and here are some of the pictures for the whole process. And yes, it does come with a bent IO backplate after it arrived to my doorstep, and yeah, shipping damage is something you don't want on your expensive components. Yes, I already fixed the backplate a bit before testing and making it close to perfect after testing. Since this is a used GPU from China and no warranty on this guy anyway, cause this GPU is 6 years old, I cleaned up pretty much anything from the heatsink, backplate, fan shroud, to the PCB itself. Shiny GPU die. Once I cleaned everything up, I reassembled the GPU, and yes, I did reapply the thermal paste before putting the assembled heatsink back on, and I didn't replace the thermal pads. And give it a test one more time, and to make sure it's all good and it's working again. If you get a GPU this dirty, please clean it up if you know what you're doing. Let's get to the installation, shall we? So yeah, safe to say, this GPU is so filthy when I pull it out of the box. I'm gonna go ahead and test this GPU out to make sure it works before I have to take it apart. We're in. And I'm gonna go ahead and undo this bracket thingamabob here. And now I'm gonna go ahead and undo these two screws. And now, here comes the moment of truth. Installing the GPU. Let's hope it fits. Gotta be so careful. Yes! It fits! Now this looks like a gaming PC. So I'm not gonna put this thing first, and I need to test it out to make sure it works. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and turn it on. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the monitor. And I'm gonna go ahead and turn the machine on. So I'm gonna flip the power supply switch first and see if it works. Wait. Wait. It actually works! Yo! Let's go! Now what I'm gonna do is to install a GPU driver and I'm all set. Installing AMD display drivers. And yeah, I forgot to mention, I did install 80mm fan that I have laying around, and I did a little bit of a jerry rig treatment to avoid fan blades from touching the edge of a heatsink. Yeah, I did a funny jerry rig mod as I trimmed down the LGA775 Intel cooler, the fantastic Intel cooler, to these wires. It used to be a Molex fan, and now it's a PWM fan, even though it doesn't have fan controls. So yeah, unfortunate. So yeah, this is gonna be a temporary solution until I can get an 80mm slimline fan that has PWM on it. And yeah. Alright, let's restart and see if it works. Let's see if we get an MSI logo here. It doesn't show the glitched out MSI logo this time, unlike on the Intel HD graphics. Let's go. It's time to log in and check device manager. Alright, it says restart required. I don't know why it asked me to restart again. I don't get it. Display adapters. Radeon RX 460 graphics. And yes, the computer name is the big speaker. I blame Rockon for this. And now let's check GPU Z. Check this out. RX 460 Baffin 14nm. This is a 2016 GPU and the driver is from 2022. It's still keeping it up to date by today's standard. Holy cow. With a new GPU install, I don't have to worry about games performing poorly on that i5 PC here. I play Genshin on this PC and it runs terrible with the integrated graphics. But let's see how RX 460 does. It's time to do some gaming because Genshin 2.8 is around the corner, and oh god, it's so loud. I want to see how well Genshin handles on this thing. And I get 4 notifications about AMD Software Adrenaline Edition. And now I'm gonna go ahead and change the settings to, oh god, this is gonna take a while because it's loading on a hard drive. Oh my goodness. Even the lowest settings, it looks so smooth, not gonna lie. Let me go ahead and go on to settings and change the graphic settings to medium and 1080p. Oh yeah, this game looks better. Oh, what the hell is up with the overlay? Holy cow. What? Let me switch the party to the usual party. And now let's do some gaming. Enemies here. Let's see if I can beat the crap out of these samurais. So fun to deal with. Okay, why is it on Watatsumi? And I do have motion blur on, which I did notice. Hold on. Ah. It actually runs pretty good, actually. Time to push this guy down here. Oh my god, I bumped the camera.
Oh my god!
No shot. Sorry, I bumped the camera. Yeah, I don't know why I keep bumping the camera. Bear with me here. I'm probably gonna edit that out. Ow! Okay. Ah! Wrong character. Don't mind about the stupid Genshin gameplay, cause I'm trying to get used to DPS barb. Sing. Ah! Can you not block? Okay. What I gotta say, it actually runs Genshin really well. with that, I think that's enough for the Genshin gameplay for the time being. Anyway, speaking of which, it peaked at 53 degrees, which might not be accurate. Otherwise, the GPU upgrade is a success. Otherwise, here it is. Now it's a complete i5 gaming PC. Anyway, that's gonna be a wrap up of this video. I need to power this machine down and clean up the GPU before using it fully as a daily driver. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for future uploads like this, and support the algorithm overloads. So yeah, I feel like I'm gonna enjoy this PC though. Anyway, TheTechOtaku signing out. Peace.